Hello everybody, it's me, it's Obly, and today I'm bringing you a bit of a weird build. So I'm playing Frost, but this Frost tree, you can see there, has no long winter, and it has no icy death torrent. We are playing Breathbane with the new Apex. Odd, very strange. But I love this dungeon. We're in Maisara Caverns. This is probably my favourite dungeon. Right, we're going to open up with the box, and then we're going to do our little burst macro, which has Frostworm as our first ability. Now we delay Reaper's Mark until we're about 3 or 4 stacks of Bone Grinder, and then we know for certain it will go off when we want it to. Now, lots of upfront damage here. Tons of upfront damage. Deathbringer is really good for that. Look at that. We're peaking 700k. A little bit less than that. That's not the best I've seen. I've seen some hunters do like 1 million. But it was very rare. I've never seen it again. But I actually did 900k once. On Algthar, but it's Algthar Academy, doesn't even count. So yeah, with this build, the trouble here is you have so much to press. When it comes to Frostbane, that's like the highest. What's the word? That's like the highest priority. But also getting your killing machines out, and then when you're in your burst window, it's especially getting your killing machines out so you can get your bone grinder stacks up. So the way I did it really was killing machines first, then Frostbane, then Rime. Realistically, you could probably do Killing Machines, then Rime, then Frostbane to not overcap Rimes. But then you don't really get to Frostbane as much as you'd like to. That's the only issue. They're kind of counterintuitive playstyles. Now, with no Icy Death Torrent, you don't have sort of the increased passive AoE damage. It's not that much. But the main thing is the long winter. So you're sacrificing some potential, 6 extra potential seconds of Pillar of Frost. But I've kind of just, in my head, I've thought, right, if we're going the Apex, then we're going to guarantee 6 seconds of additional Pillar of Frost, as opposed to gamble 6 seconds of Pillar of Frost. But then you get the extra damage of Frostbane just sort of over the course of the key. We're doing pretty alright right now. I like to use the Algthar box because even though it has a slightly longer cooldown than Breath, because you kind of have this in-between time between pulls, it kind of comes back in a timely manner. Like you can see now, I had to wait like 30 seconds before this pool was gathered and I can actually go. So perfectly executed timing. I'm able to use this box and breathe at the same time. So this kind of key level, it works out alright. To be honest, the higher it goes, the more alright it will be. Until you start sending double cooldowns on packs, then it's like, not so good. But to be honest, I'm having a good time using the box. It doesn't feel like that much of a shit show. Doing some pretty decent damage here. I hate the cooldown manager so much. I hate the way it looks. I can't wait to change it. My boy Unhalted will soon have a better cooldown manager, in which I am very, very excited for. But the UI for what I'm using at the moment, so I'm still using Unhalted unit frames. I think they look amazing. I just need to get some. I need to update them because I just need them to show buffs and debuffs. And then I'm using Sensei class bar at the moment for my runes and my runic power. I was using Frag UI. I've just had to come off just because I had a couple of graphical issues, especially in this key. I just decided to go for something a little bit simpler, a little bit lighter weight. Yeah, and I would use Frag UI, but it was broken a little bit for me. I don't know what to do to fix it, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to find something else. But that's why the beta exists, isn't it? To test stuff. Speaking of testing stuff, this build is not too bad. I mean, you can guaranteeing that Pillar of Frost timing is quite nice. It just means that you don't need to. You're not gambling it. What am I trying to say? It's shit to gamble Pillar. It's very shit to gamble Pillar. And I find with this, not only do you have extra damage, but you're not gambling it anymore. You could go the full gamble route, take off Breathbane, and then have loads of time with Pillar. But to be honest, if you're breathing or your Reaper's Mark and everything comes off and your Exterminates are spent, like, you're just kind of pushing yourself into an era of not really having much damage. I feel like this should have been a pull where I did more damage, but to be honest, I don't think the thingy's reset in time. Because I was looking at that and I thought, when I do this normally, I get like 700k on this pull. I'm doing 250 now, so it must not have reset. But one thing I do like about this build is the damage outside of cooldowns. You still have a pretty okay damage profile with Frostbane coming back every now and then. And then when you do play with Frostbane as well, you kind of neglect Frost Strike entirely. Especially on 2 target encounters. Like, it's just pure raw single target where you could actually cast Frost Strike. I think we missed saving some people, so we have to go over to here. I'm not a big fan. You see, like in the raid party frames, when someone gets like a heal absorb, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think it looks cool. I think it looks pretty naff, mate. They need to. I don't know who they've got working in the arts team anymore, but the actual art team is amazing. And then, how is it the UX team? Fucking sucks. Dude, just hire every add-on maker and just get them to do the add-ons for you. Get them to do the UI for you. Details, WeCorers. Why? There's got to be an issue. Either that or take it all away. Everything. No one can do anything. Or everyone can do everything. I think this weird like middle ground. It's just pointless. It is just pointless in my opinion. This makes everybody's life hell because now we have to fucking organise 7 add-ons. If one of them doesn't update in time when the next patch comes out, we're all fucked. The whole UI is in a bin. Anyway, we've got loads of cooldowns here. I like that. And we also have potion and everything, so we're definitely going to do that now. This fight, you want to split the damage. You don't want them to die separately. You want them to die together, ideally. Otherwise, Morrigan will just res the pet at 35% HP. And that's not ideal, but it isn't also a wipe condition. See here, we can't actually see the damage that I'm doing right now, but we can see that it's a lot more than everyone else. It'd be helpful if it wasn't a 0. I wonder why that is. Why they bugged it so that it does that. Strange. Anyway, with this, I always try and look at the feathers falling down to see if they're falling close to me, because you can kind of catch a glimpse of them coming down. And if they're falling close, it's like, be ready, you know what I mean? Now, you want the bird to hit an icicle, but it doesn't have to be an icicle that you spawn. If somebody is trapped in an icicle, you could get the bird to hit that one too, and it frees them, and it stops the ability. Now, 2 targets, Breath and Reaper's Mark. Breath? I mean Pillar. Now, I need to sort out my Pillar macro to take out Reaper's Mark, because for me, I don't think it's really worth having Reaper in that macro anymore. Now, because Reaper's Mark stacks to 40 instead of 55, like the tier set gives us the ability to in current WoW, it is a lot harder to line up Bone Grinder. You have to go into those windows with a couple of extra stacks, which I don't think is great. You have to have like 3 minimum. If you don't have like empowering weapon to give you anything, but you get 1 from Reaper's Mark being applied, and then so you can do Reaper's Mark, empowering weapon. If you have that, you're fine to do it. Otherwise, you need to have fucking 4 stacks of Bone Grinder now because it just pops so fast. Now watch this. I'm about to burst. Let's see how fast Reaper's Mark pops. Done. Not even 2, barely 2 globals. Barely 2 globals. Like if you're not on top of that shit, if that's 1 global away from popping off, you're not getting it. I don't understand why it pops so much though, because 15 isn't that many stacks. You wouldn't think that 15 stacks completely changes the opener, because everything that would stack it up to 40 really fast would stack it up to 50, 55 really fast as well. Remorse Winter, Frost Fever, Breath, normal abilities, Icy Death Torrent, etc, etc. I mean, I'm not even running Icy Death Torrent here, so. But yeah, I think that honestly, just change it. Just buff, nerf the damage of each stack and let it stack to 55. It's very poor gameplay at the moment. It's nice. Well, they probably think it being macro to pillar all the time is probably not a great thing. Probably not a great way of playing the game, but careful of these, because these skirmishers, when their shields go, they will do AoE damage and hit everyone, and they hit quite hard. So like this Reaper's Mark, for example, didn't even proc that quick. Reaper's Mark is not actually doing that much damage these days in AoE. Not as much as it used to. I do think it's probably still one of the most important things to keep an eye out on, because it is the single hardest hitting ability we have in one go, but also the Exterminates to come after it as well. If you have to spend an Exterminate early because you haven't been able to put Bone Grinder quick enough, and now your Exterminate isn't buffed by 20% as well, further things to be sad about. Now, never pull the guy in the middle with these Guardians, because the guy in the middle is just going to fucking CC Shadowy Duel somebody, and then they can't help and they can't get themselves out most of the time. But now we've got lots of cooldowns. Let's see how we handle this. I forgot. I don't remember. And now, see here, I just got my Reaper's Mark to explode when I got my Bone Grinder off. So it kind of feels like the damage is a bit low. Here I was kind of umming and ahhing about whether or not to stay on those mobs and do the pad damage or to help my friend. I should have done the pad. I should have done the pad. Oh, if there's ever a point where you're thinking to yourself, should I pad damage or should I do the right thing? Never do the right thing, because no one thanks you for it. Think for yourself. And by think for yourself, I mean be selfish all the time. Okay. Got a little spinning top there. Don't get hit by that. Right. Now, I hate these little ghosts, man. So annoying. Oh, sorry. Oh, apparently somebody was already was there. It was hurting. And he's almost dead, look. You can see in the raid frame, he's almost dead. Jeez. Anyways, yeah, these little guys walking and root you are proper annoying. I'm keeping an eye on my cryogenic chamber. I really don't want that to expire. I mean, I've got fucking ages. But I just give it a cheeky little howling blast rhyme proc to keep it going. Remember, if you cast Cryogenic Chamber outside of a pack and then walk into it, the Remorseless Winter will not expel that Cryogenic Chamber. So you want to make sure you're always next to a target when you cast Pillar of Frost. Okay. Big damn. Yeah, it's alright. So we have constant damage, and then every now and then we have this massive burst. Honestly, comparing the two, I feel like obviously Frostbane it's all right. I just think there's too many different buttons that all take priority to press at all different times. The fact that Glacial Advance is what procs Frostbane is just silly, honestly. I have my cooldowns, so I don't really want to use them though. And same for the next pack. And I think at this point I'm thinking keeping my fingers crossed. The next pack's actually going to be a good one, a big one. We'll see. Because I've got everything. Even potion. Just no empowering weapon. It's level 12, so things like this is like the easiest key you can kind of do. Because you're scaled. If you do less than 12, you get scaled really far down with the gear. That doesn't make for a very nice experience. Like, that puzzle takes so fucking long. There we go, we're at 3 stacks. I'm thinking, yeah, it's fine. 2 killer machine procs, boom, consume, and then instantly after that consumption, Reaper's Mark came off. So it's so important to get timed that well. Yeah. I don't mind so much detaching it. I feel like it detaching from from just using this one macro and then you have like 6 abilities all used in one go isn't the worst thing in the world. I think it's actually fine. It's a skill gap. There's not really much of a skill gap with Frost at the moment, so anything that we can have to be an expression of skill, I'm happy with. It's a bit of a shame because you guys can't really see what I'm pressing because details is fucked. But I have a fix for that. I have a fix for that now. This was recorded yesterday, and I have now got an add-on where you will be able to see it. Obviously, you can't see it today. Sucks. So this was just like a pillar window here with this burst. Yay. And then I just jumped straight back into it. Straight back into it. You fool. And this pillar window still is like 150k DPS. Unholy could never, dude. Unholy wouldn't even be able to dream of doing such a thing. Unholy, you're either doing 300k, first blood of the dungeon, all CDs, Rider of the Apocalypse, or you're doing 80k. That's it. Cooldown's coming back soon. Now, I have some really interesting tech to tell you about this next boss, but we'll wait for these things to die first. We'll get there. I love being a DK in this dungeon. You literally carry this dungeon. All of those reanimates, you can just grip them, and then they're just done, or you just blind them. Fucking great. Like, you, as a DK, this dungeon, you are vital. If you do this dungeon on a high key level, you as a DK, you carry it. Carry it by far. I'll show you why in a minute. Alright, let's give it, let's have it. Big burst. We've got 1 bone grinder, 4 bone grinder stacks. Now we Reaper's Mark. Now we spend them. Bosh. Reaper goes off. I am certain that this guy defended my Reaper's Mark. I am certain of it. And it didn't. Like, the DPS meters do not reflect how much damage I should have been doing in that moment. It's got to be that defender. Fuck him, mate. Something I've noticed, they love these like frontal defensive mechanics. This defensive mechanics. so far. Like every dungeon has one. Every dungeon has a guy that like protects from the front, and you have to fucking go around them. It's pretty fucking annoying. That goes fuck off as well. Right, so this boss, you have the four guys, like one there, one there, one there, one there. You as a DK, you can grip them into each other. Real nice. If you are the sole person that controls when these guys go together, you'll never get 4 stacks of the buff. Look here. I'll come in a minute. Rest Phantoms. So this is when I fuck it up. So you can grip that guy into this guy. I think I fucked it up. I fucked this one up, yeah. Lol. I fucked him by accident, but I kited them into each other. So you see how now they have we have 2 stacks. Oof. I only kept 2 stacks, but the whole other party got 4, but I had AMS. As a DK, you can just grip those together. You just do 2 at a time, then the next grip, do it again, bosh, easy peasy, your group love you. But be careful, because if you grip it incorrectly, you die. There you go. Oof, see that? Very, very scary. Don't die, Obley. Why are there 2 little squares in the middle of my screen? I could just see that. What is that? That's just appeared, I think, for this boss. Weird. Anyway, now you've got this shield. Just kill it. Just kill the shield. Just kill the shield. 4 stacks. Reaper's Mark. Bosh. Did Lichborn because I was bursting and I needed a defensive. And it made sense to use Lichborn while you're bursting because you leech stuff back. Not a lot, but if you are in a point where you need to do a lot of damage while you're taking a lot of damage, Lichborn is a good defensive to use. Boss is almost dead, see. You can don't look at the meters for one moment. Don't look at them. Actually, do look at the meters. Everyone's saying Frost is overtuned. Suck my ass and eat it. Hull. That is fine. Right, this is not good. So now, grip that guy in. Bosh. Easy. It's kind of scary when you do that. You get a little bit spooked. A little bit scared that you're going to kill your whole group. Not going to lie. Anyway, boss is almost dead now. This fight, I think, is relatively tough. This is such a big healing check, I'll be honest. This fight entirely depends on, A, having a DK to do that grip shit. So you're I mean, you could just cut them together. I don't know what one's easier, to be honest. I've just been gripping it the whole time. But B, having a healer that knows how to handle that and knows their shit. I think also, you definitely want to pull more stuff upstairs than on this bridge, because this bridge sucks. All the mobs on this bridge suck. You have all these fucking shield guys where as soon as they lose their shield in -1 second, I think it happens soon. There you go, there it is. Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. So, yeah, and those big guys as well, the defender guys, they're annoying. So, in my opinion, my humble opinion, you should definitely pull more stuff upstairs so you don't have to do much of this bridge, if any of it, if you can avoid it. But now, makes me look bad in the meters. Fucking hell. They knew what they were doing. I have to breathe on this. Actually, to be fair, the meters are probably so broken that it doesn't even matter. Put that little bat as well. Yeah, you see those little drum things? Now there is a little bit of like a green thing. It's going down the bridge. So it'll jump and it'll just go boom, 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 down the bridge. So if you get hit by one, you could get hit by another one. Because you could get hit by the outer of one and then the end of the other. But as long as you're in this little gap, as long as you're in this little gap, you won't get hit by those. But that's why, do you see that there? The little green thing? You want to avoid that. Yeah. These guys are just annoying. Especially having 2 of them. Like, this is not a good pull. 2 bound defenders are not good. And see how the healer just got killed by not ideal, but if you do everything apart from that, you only need to get 8% in order to skip these guys, which I think is good. Right, bursting here. Oh, just a small burst. 2 targets. So 2 targets. You might think, oh, maybe I'll Frost Strike. Well, stop thinking. In fact, you're going to want to do Glacial Advance because obviously then you get to proc Frostbane. So, and 2 targets or more, always Glacial Advance. I've got an itchy back. Okay. Now, I really like this last boss as well. I think his last boss is cool. Really does give me massive... who's that big reanimation boss from Metal Czar? You know the one. I don't know what his name is. But that boss, it gives me him vibes. I think it's good. It probably is. Ooh, I wonder if there's some sort of lore connection between that guy and this guy. The similarities are there. Similarities are there. Too much so for it not to be the case. Jesus, I think in my old age, my cognitive functions are worsening. I'm playing WoW better. I'm speaking worse. Anyway, this guy, don't use any cooldowns on him because he dies fast, but he's the reason why everyone gets killed on the bridge so hard. But yes, look at him. He's fucking well cool. This guy is such a good boss. Raktul. Yeah, so I think from what it seems like, you can pop all your cooldowns at the start and they'll probably be back. If they're 1.5 minute cooldowns, they'll probably be back by the time you get sent into the Shadow Realm and get the DPS buff. But I wasn't 100% sure, so I just sent Pillar here. Probably a mistake. Now here you get Crushed Souls. Now you want to stack these together. And you want to try and avoid them if you can. I'm a DK, so it's really hard for me. But it means that all these totems are really close together and really easily cleavable. If you do get hit by them, just use a fucking mechanic. Use the defensive. Which I didn't do. So now you can 45-second burst. It's coming back. Obviously I'm not going to pop breath or my box here because the phase is coming. To get that mechanic again. I'm a bit scared that we're not going to kill these in time, so I put my pillar now. And then we get Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker? That's not the right mechanic. What's it called? The one? Well, I'm sure we'll see in a minute when it sends us back. But you can see that. There you go. Soul Rending Roar. I could have definitely pressed breath. Let's start. I definitely could have. Now, when you're on this bridge as a DK, grip first, so you can get your grips on charge and they can come back. So you grip like one on the right, and then you interrupt the one on the left, and you grip another one. So that's 3 of these guys that you have taken out. This stacks up to 6, and it's a massive DPS increase. So now I can grip this one, get the 5th, and I'll just wait a couple of seconds and not get hit by one of these. Somehow got hit by that. What? Interrupt that guy, and then go back. And now we have 6 stacks. As a DK, you're the goat. You only need like 2 people to help you out. Do the box, and do the burst. You've got 4 stacks, now it's Reaper's Mark. Well, I triggered it to 5 by accident. And I want to try and get my Frostbane back, and maybe one Exterminate. Damn. Before that DPS buff runs out. But you saw how much DPS I was not doing. Obviously it said 0. But everyone else doing 0 as well, so it doesn't fucking matter. I'm obviously doing the best. But we managed to climb up quite a lot. I think if I just done my normal cooldowns at the start, it probably would have been alright. But yeah, I just think it's fun. Like the fact that DK is so good in this dungeon makes it really enjoyable to be one. I love doing dungeons where like you actually matter and you can carry it. We missed some percent though. We did not get full percent, so we have to come back and clear the rest of the bridge now because the ritual drums guy is not there. The bridge is no longer quite a threat that it was before, so it's not an issue. We also have 7 minutes to do it, so obviously we're going to time it. It's only a +12, and we're scared to like 726 or some shit. I just use my pillar macro instead. So I was using a macro for just pillar, when it's just pillar, that has Reaper's Mark in it, but now playing it with a bit more, I realised that I'm probably going to need a separate bind for Reaper's Mark now, going ahead. But that is the key. This is the best dungeon so far that I've played. You have this in Algathar Academy at S tier for me. I love it. Then you have the worst dungeon by far, Nexus Point. Shut the fuck up. That's the worst dungeon. Magister Terrace I actually quite like. But yeah, there's the damage breakdown. Frostbane doing a stupid amount of damage. And then, yeah, if you're interested, pause the video. But thanks very much for watching, guys. If you love DK, subscribe, mate. Because why wouldn't you subscribe to me if you love DK? Because I love DK as well. We both love DK together. That's fun. Sounds great. Anyways, love you all very much and goodbye.